The whole point of games is to have fun, right? But everyone who games has a different idea of what makes fun. I'm Steve Tassi, the board game guy, and I'm here to introduce you to a particular kind of fun. The genre with the most mainstream popularity is party games. Many hobby gamers eschew party games for being too silly or not having enough meat on their bones, but many hobby game publishers are putting out party games with interesting mechanics, and a number of them have been nominated for or even won major awards. There is no one thing that defines a party game, but there are certain things that are definitely common in the genre. Foremost is player count. If a game supports 8 or more players, there's a good chance it's a party game. It's not guaranteed though. Guessing is another common element. Guessing what's being drawn, who's the traitor, what's being acted out, or who did what are often core parts of a party game. Judging is another common aspect. Judging the best entry or predicting the choice that another player will make, and so on. Creativity is another part of many party games. Drawing or sculpting, writing funny answers, or combining cards in creative, amusing ways. They tend to also have simple rules. If the game that you are playing has 2 or 3 or even more of these elements, it's probably what you'd call a party game. Whether you're new to gaming and looking for something fun and silly, or you're a seasoned gamer who wants a party game with more under the hood, here's a list of games that, in my experience, never fail to entertain. Clickbait, Just One, and Banned Words are all games that I've done tutorial videos for, and you can find them on my channel. Reiner Knizia's Clickbait is a game about writing ad slogans for ridiculous products. Just One is the winner of the 2018 Spiel des Jahres Award, and it's a cooperative word guessing game where players must give unique one-word clues to the guesser. Banned Words is a team-based guessing game where your team predicts the words that the other team is going to use during their clue-giving and guessing period, and you score points for every prediction that's correct. Wavelength came out in 2019, and as of November 2020, they are working on an app version, perfect for those of us who are still in lockdown. It's another team guessing game. One person spins the secret dial and then draws a card with 2 things or concepts on it that represent opposite ends of a scale, such as good smelling, bad smelling, or Star Trek, Star Wars. The clue giver then has to give a clue to get their teammates to guess where the dial is between those 2 extreme points. Snake Oil, Fun Employed, and Guerrilla Marketing are all games that will bring out your inner salesperson. In Snake Oil, players combine 2 cards from their hand into a ridiculous product that they think they can sell to the current customer, and then they pitch their product. Just why does a prom date need ladder pants? I'm glad you asked. Fun Employed pits players against each other in a bid to get hired for goofy jobs. Each player has a hand of 4 quality cards that they must incorporate into their job interview. How does this handlebar mustache make me a better altar boy? Funny story. In Guerrilla Marketing, players are a marketing agency full of monkeys who have to create catchy names for their clients' products. Roll some dice to generate letters and use those to name your products. Random judging criteria will be used each round, like spiciest or easiest to smuggle into prison. So it's important to know the criteria that are being used to help you focus what your names are. Indie Boards and Cards Finger Guns at High Noon is a cowboy shoot-'em-up game that will have you yelling draw and throwing hand signs at your friends. Shoot your foes, drink whiskey from the barkeep, or lasso up an ally. What you do is up to you, but it may not work out exactly as you thought it would. Codenames is another winner of the Spiel des Jahres. This team-based word-guessing game comes in many flavors now, from original to Disney to Marvel to Codenames Undercover for those people who just need to have some innuendo in their party games, and more. You will find a version that is good for you. Oink Games, A Fake Artist Goes to New York, is a drawing game with a traitor element mixed in. Players are artists working together on a single drawing, but one player is the fake who has no idea what the drawing is supposed to be. They're trying to avoid detection and figure out what the picture is, while the real artists are trying to figure out who the fake is without giving away what the subject of the drawing is. And speaking of not knowing what you're drawing, try Telestrations. Whether you're using the original 8-player game, the 12-player party pack, or the raunchy After Dark version, Telestrations is Pictionary meets Broken Telephone. A mystery word moves from player to player as they draw and guess and draw and guess and so on. I could go on and on. Concept, Decrypto, Pantone, Bunny Bunny Moose Moose, Pictomania, Happy Salmon, Lifted Deluxe, Cash and Guns, Billionaire Banshee, and more and more and more. But I'm going to leave you instead with a game that has been my go-to party game for over a decade. The Game of Things. Players write silly answers to writing prompts such as things not to carry in your back pocket or things dogs think about. And then one player reads out all the responses and players take turns trying to guess who said which thing. And for those who need explicit permission to write naughty answers, the game comes in the Game of Nasty Things adult version as well. Personally, I prefer the original because while there's nothing inherently raunchy about the prompts themselves, you can tailor your responses to the level of the people that you are playing with. COVID-19 won't last forever, and depending on when you're watching this, it may already be a thing of the past. So when you find yourself in need of a party game, the games on this list will serve you well. In the meantime, I'm Steve Tassi, the Board Game Guy, hoping that you stay healthy, stay home, and wear a mask.